get your mouth checked.
Absolutely. I think the mouth is the gate. Ideally, mostly plants, not too much, whole food, healthy things, full of micronutrients, and tasty. Right?
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of a Kidney Coach, Kidney Disease Solution, and our formulas Kaigenesis. And I'm joined again today by the beautiful, amazing Dr. Ellie Campbell and her dog there in the background.
Yeah.
And Ellie is a family physician, a functional medicine doctor. And what I love about Ellie is, and if you go back and watch some of our other podcasts, you'll see her story about how she really got into functional medicine through treating one of her favorite patients, and her story of what happened with her journey, which is really amazing. But the other thing I want to say about the amazing Ellie Campbell is that she has just written a book called The Blood Pressure Blueprint, and it is all things blood pressure and how to treat it. But what is really amazing about this book, there it is, thank you, hold it up, be proud woman. It's an amazing book because think everything you know about blood pressure and just think salt and diet, not exercising, and then think, throw it out the window, you don't know anything. Dr. Campbell knows everything about blood pressure, because there are so many things that contribute to elevated blood pressure and cardiovascular disease, leading to things like chronic kidney disease and all of those sort of things that most of us aren't taught about. Know that hypertension is the second leading cause of chronic kidney disease, being end stage of that, and that heart disease and heart failure and heart attacks are, I don't know, where do they sit on the cause of death in the US and
Yeah,
the world?
US #1, cardiovascular disease, the #1 killer in our country.
Right.
February is American Heart Month, so we do like to focus our attention on hearts during February. It also happens to be Valentine's Day.
It
Um,
does.
and so I think it's important because, especially women, we tend to really worry about our breast health. And the media attention to breast health is wonderful, but only 1 in 31 women die of breast cancer, and 1 in 3 women die of cardiovascular disease. So
Yikes.
it's a 10 times bigger problem, and people don't pay attention to it. Partly, I think, because breasts, um, we can identify a problem, whether that's by mammogram or physical exam, or our partner finds something, but hypertension is usually silent. Some lucky people can tell when their blood pressure is elevated. They get a headache, or their ankles swell, or they feel a rush in their, or a thumping in their ears. Those are the lucky people, because if
Mm.
they can identify that their blood pressure is elevated, they'll be motivated to make a change. But that's not most people. Most people, it's a silent stealer of vitality and organ function. And if we identify it by properly checking our blood pressure at home and at the doctor's office and getting trends over time, then we can start to identify who really has blood pressure problems and who doesn't. Because there's some sneaky things.
Ellie, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about when it comes to oral hygiene, oral health, and looking for things that drive blood pressure? I mean, the big take-home message that I'm hearing now is if you've got elevated blood pressure and kidney disease, or a family history of cardiovascular disease, get your mouth checked.
Absolutely. I think the mouth is the gateway, of course, to everything that we eat and drink. So we want to make sure that we're putting good stuff in there. Junk food is an oxymoron. It can't be both junk and food. It's one or the other, right?
Real
So,
good point. And
so don't
logical.
put junk in there. Put only real food. Ideally, mostly plants, not too much. Whole food, healthy things, full of micronutrients, and tasty, right? We want to celebrate those taste buds and enjoy that time. Um, be present with your meal, be present with your company that you eat the meal with. I think these things are important. We want to choose food that's biodynamically grown, that's good for our planet, that's not robbing the planet of nutrients. And then to think about micronutrient deficiencies. This could be a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day, but I think many people are nutrient deficient, and that's driving their blood pressure as well. We talk about low salt, low salt, low salt, get off the salt, get off the salt. And I don't think as many people are as salt sensitive as they think. I think what's happened is they're micronutrient deficient in potassium and zinc and magnesium, and we get those micronutrients balanced, then they can handle a little bit more salt. Um, some can, some can't. Some people are very salt sensitive and have to be very cautious about it. But most people are magnesium deficient. If we get that magnesium up to target, then oh my goodness, their blood pressure will drop, their bowels work better, their sleep is improved, their leg cramps go away. Magnesium can be a miraculous blood pressure medication.
Yeah, totally agree. And I'd love to do a podcast with you on micronutrients. I'm writing that down to email you after this.
And I guess the last thing is some people need medication to manage their blood pressure, but there's a whole pharmacy of nature, and there's herbs that have blood pressure like medication side effects. So for example, hibiscus tea can lower your blood pressure 20 points if you're willing to drink 3 cups a day. So you don't want to do that haphazardly by yourself. I would always use your herbs consult with an herbalist or a naturopath or an educated clinician. But I think that not everybody needs blood pressure medicine, even when their blood pressure is high, but they need their blood pressure controlled. It just doesn't mean they need to have blood pressure medication necessarily.
I highly recommend it to anyone with kidney disease, especially if hypertension is the driver or anyone in your family has hypertension. Again, I'll put all Dr. Campbell's details below and a link to the book. If you want to know more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. We're also on Instagram and Facebook and all those good places. Remember to hit subscribe and like. That way you get notified when I get Dr. Campbell back on to talk all things micronutrients when it comes to elevated blood pressure. Dr. Campbell, thank you again for your time. I know you've been busy and just got back from the Amazon and just celebrated a birthday not long ago. Happy birthday.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. And again, thank you for being part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.
Yes, ma'am. Bye now.